Utah is a beautiful state. It has a thriving economy and lots of natural wonders. So many things to do here. It's also known as the Beehive State because it's all about working together for the good of everybody. But like with all states, there is advantages and there is disadvantages, and that's what we're going to look at today. I'm Leah Duncan, a realtor with Fathom Realty. Hi, this is Leah. I'm a realtor here in Utah County. I have been living here for 5 years now. Just wanted to make a video about the pros and the cons to living here in Utah. I wanted to start out with the weather. Weather is fantastic. I get to enjoy all 4 seasons. Where I grew up and where I've lived, I haven't got to have the leaves falling in the beautiful colors. I haven't got to experience the snow where I can go sledding and I can go snowshoeing and I can go even ice climbing. So the weather has definitely been a fun experience. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about was the activities. There is so many choices for hiking. You can see in the background here the beautiful mountains, and there's so many different trails with creeks and beautiful trees up there and just different places that you can climb and explore, and so many national parks that are close by to see, and state parks. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about was religion. Okay, so myself, I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So that has been a nice experience for me to be surrounded by members of my faith and my belief. I can easily just go across the street and ask for eggs or ask for sugar or whatever it is that I need, corn, and they feel like just one big family. People that I speak to in the shop that have been to Australia, they have served missions there. So I feel like a connection and a bond to them. It's easy for me to go worship in our temples because they are dotted all over the place here. As a young teenager, I used to actually have to travel like 16 hours to get myself to the temple. So in Australia, I have grown up in Adelaide, I've lived in Sydney, I've lived in Perth, I've lived in Brisbane. I have even lived overseas in Holland as well. Another pro is the celebrations that they have. July the 4th, there is fireworks everywhere, and my whole street, people are like letting off fireworks. I can hear it, I can see it, I get to enjoy it. That's something that we're not allowed in Australia. We were not allowed to have fireworks. Halloween is amazing. The neighborhood I live in, they have down the street hot chocolate and scones. People have big projectors with movies playing. There's just kids wandering up and down the street everywhere, and it's a really good experience, Halloween. In Australia, when my kids were younger, people weren't really sure about Halloween. I've also enjoyed that people change their decorations through the seasons. You'll see when it's springtime, the wreaths on the doors, when it's autumn time, when it's Easter time, when it's Christmas, there's always new things in the yards and on the front door. So celebrations has been a good experience here. Thanksgiving is something that I hadn't experienced, and a great time to just get together with family and remember all the things that we are blessed with and enjoy really good food. I have only made a turkey a few times, spatchcock turkey, if that was the right terminology. It turned out okay, but yeah, I haven't done it every year. Schools have been fantastic. I have had my kids in charter schools and I've also had them in the public schools, and I have been very pleased with both. I have children that are on the spectrum and have had special needs. I have had kids in about 5 different schools here in Utah and in different cities, and they have all been a really good, positive experience. The teachers have been caring and loving and supportive. They have been safe environment and they have really progressed. Jobs. There is so many signs for hiring now and so many opportunities for work and for jobs. Even though, like where I live in Provo, we have lots of university students, there is still lots of opportunities for all ages and many different professions. We have at Thanksgiving Point, there is a lot of technology there around that area. Lots of big organizations like Adobe and lots of good opportunities for work. Okay, I know everyone likes honesty. I like to see both sides, the pros and the cons. So next, here comes the cons. Weather in Utah sucks. I am so sick of shoveling the snow and scraping the ice off of my car. And like, it looks like dead. I'm like, is a bushfire come through here during the winter? I'm like, what is going on? And I can go from being so cold to like so hot. I'm like, it's below 0 and then it's above 100. I'm like, what is going on? It's crazy. Within one day, I could feel so hot that my phone switches off in the car from the heat to then feeling like I'm cold and I need to put on a sweater. So you know what? No for the weather for Utah. Activities. Well, let me tell you, when I first moved here, my husband said, let's go on a hike. So off we go to hike Mount Temp. Well, did I know about adjusting to elevation? No, I did not. We are a lot higher in elevation here in Utah, so it was actually hard to breathe and quite exhausting. And so many of the months are just like cold or like really, really hot. But you know what? It's like, maybe I just stay indoors. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I do like to enjoy the outdoors, but we're doing cons, so that's what you have for now. Schools, you know what? Like, it can take like 10 minutes to get to school. Can't there be one just closer, like right down the road? Do I have to drive 10 minutes to get to the school? I think we could use some more schools here in Utah. Jobs, man. You know, some of the wages, like $10 an hour, that's tough. That is hard with the house prices increasing so much to survive if your wage is only that much. So while there might be workaround, how much is the pay is the question. Celebrations. Well, when I first moved here, I was in shock when I looked outside and saw a flag in my yard. And I thought, oh, where did that flag come from on July the 4th? And then I looked up and down the street and the whole street was full of flags. I was like, oh my goodness. I was not used to that amount of patriotism. Patriotism? Is that the word? I think I said it right. Okay, what is another thing? Religion. Oh my goodness. It's like, I'm at the hairdresser, I'm at the shop, and they're using words that I'd only ever heard in a church building before. General conference, ward, steak. Yeah, I like to eat steak. It's not the steak they're talking about. I have felt like as I've gone to church on a Sunday that I'm living on a movie set because there is so many members of the Church of Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints here in Utah, that it just quite hasn't felt real to me. I was used to being maybe 4 students out of 700 that was a member of the church. And now, where they all walk out, oh, you see all the families open their door and walking down the street. There's churches everywhere. I mean, on every 3rd block, there is a church of the Church of Jesus Christ, a Latter-day Saints. That has been very surprising. And we have temples everywhere. So I can't imagine how that could feel to not be a member of the faith when there's so many people that are, and they seem to have a language that might be hard to understand. I'd love to let you know though all about it, and I can make you a video about some of the Mormon language and what those things mean too. Okay, there's my cons.